Hey guys, so welcome to the Australian episode. I'm up in my dining room today, not my office, aka living room downstairs. My family's gone out somewhere. Hi Willow, that's my toy poodle. Anyways, let's get into it. Flag selection. The Australian flag has a Commonwealth star, which is a large white 7-pointed star that represents the states and territories of Australia. Then they have 5 other white stars that represent Australia's location in the southern hemisphere. The blue ensign represents the British flag that the Australian flag is based on. Gold represents Australia's mineral wealth, beaches, wool, and grain harvests. Green represents Australia's forests, gum trees, and pastures. And also we have the Union Jack, which is obviously because it was colonized by Great Britain. Anyways, geography. So, Australia has 6 states. New South Wales, Victoria, Queensland, Western Australia, South Australia, and the island Tasmania. And it has, 2 internal territories, or 3 depending on who you ask. So let's get into the normal ones. The Northern Territory, an Australian Capital Territory, which is home to the national capital, Canberra. But also there's Jervis Bay Territory. Some people recognize it, but they wanted to put the capital there originally, I think, but they decided not to. It's basically just a military base, and it don't really count. No one really counts it anymore. But I guess you could. And Australia has a few external territories. The exact number is 7, which is Ashmore Cartier Islands, Coral Sea Islands, Christmas Island, Coco Keeling Islands, Norfolk Island, Heard Island, and McDonald Island. And if you want to count the Australian Antarctic Territory, you can, but although it technically isn't because of the Antarctic Treaty that was signed years ago, whenever it was. And a lot of the territories are habited, aka only 3. Christmas, Norfolk, and the Cocos Island. Technically, Nauru, and believe it or not, I just learned this stupidly enough. Nauru used to be a part of Australia's external territories. So was Papua New Guinea, which I thought I knew. Who knows? Australia has 8,000 islands. Physical geography. So, Australia is made up of the Daintree rainforests in Queensland, the oldest surviving rainforest in the world. Australia is home to the famous Great Barrier Reef off the coast of Queensland, and is made up of 2,900 reefs. It has the Great Victoria Desert, which is on the western half of the continent or country. There's Oceania as all continent, but I guess it is the most western part of the continent too. Or is it not? Or is it Hawaii? Well, that's on. I don't know. Great Sandy Desert, which is also on the western half. Mountains are the Great Dividing Range, which is on the east coast of Australia. The Australian Alps, which is a mountain range in southeast of Australia. Some other landscapes are Uluru Arias Rock, a sandstone monolith in the Erclu and Kata-Truta National Park. Kata-Truta, a group of 36 mountainous stones in the Uluru and Kata-Truta National Park. The Outback region, which is a region of deserts and semi-arid land, which is pretty well in the center of the country. And also another place that you should check out is Lake Hillier. Well, crazy if you really want to check it out. Which I believe it's in let me get it. Here, it's a picture. It's in Western Australia on Middle Island. And Australia's pretty famous for its wildlife. Kangaroos. Australia's famous for that. Australia's most famous animals are obviously the kangaroo, Tasmanian devil, koala, dingo, Australians, wombats, platypus, so on. Demographics. So Australia is home to 26.64 million people, being one of the emptiest countries and thinly populated. To put it in perspective, it has about the same population as the state of Florida. Almost. Well, Florida's a bit smaller at 22.61 million. But Australia has less people than California and Texas, and about the same population as Taiwan, which is nuts. 43.9% of Australia's population is Christian. 20% are Catholic and 9.8% are Anglican. Hinduism and Islam are growing religions. So those are the second. The second is Hinduism, because there's a lot of Indians who live in Australia. And 29.9% of Australia's population is Australian. Lot are English, Australian, native, I guess, Irish, Scottish, Chinese. Then the second most spoken language is Mandarin. Allies. So, Australia's best allies are United States, Canada, UK, Japan, India, and their best friend of all time would have to be New Zealand. So there you go. That's a bit of Australia. I think it's a good place to check out. And yeah, I'll probably do a video sometime explaining more of the states and territories, because I only got to touch a tiny bit on it. And yeah, so I would see you in the next episode, and I don't know which one's gonna be next, so I'll add it right about here or something around here in a few minutes, because I'm going, so a few seconds before I go. And yeah, see ya guys.